Hello, hello, and welcome to Diary of Deliciousness. So, I have a very requested dish that all of my people on Facebook have been asking for. We are going to do beef Wellington, alrighty? So, your mise en place, which is all of your supplies and such, it's pretty extensive for this one. So, I'm going to go over them in sections, alrighty? So, first, you're going to need your equipment. You're going to need a cutting board, your chef's knife, a rubber spatula, a pastry brush or 2 pastry brushes, a heavy pan, this one's cast iron, and a baking sheet. Alrighty, that's going to be your equipment, and some other spoons here and there. Alright, so the first thing we're going to make is our duxelle, and that is mushrooms. This is 16 ounces of white button mushrooms, either 2 shallots or 1 medium onion, roughly chopped. These are roughly chopped as well. 4 cloves of fresh garlic, roughly chopped. 2 sprigs of thyme. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Alrighty, that's going to be our duxelle. That's the spread that we add into the beef Wellington. For the actual beef Wellington dish, you're going to need some beef. Okay, this is actually a 2-pound London broil. Preferably, you would want a beef tenderloin, but I could not find one, so I got a London broil. They both work the same. Pancetta. 2 eggs, lightly beaten. Puff pastry. Butter, olive oil, kosher salt, rosemary, English mustard, and saran wrap. The saran wrap is extremely important, so don't leave that one out, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is make our duxelle, okay? I'm going to add into that the mushrooms. The onions and the garlic. Like that. Now we're going to toss the lid on. Alrighty, so now that we have food processed all of our ingredients, we're going to go to our pan and we're going to add the butter. The butter has that nice smoky effect. And we're going to add our olive oil. Alright, now into your pan, you're going to add your mushroom mixture. Now you're going to let that cook until it's nice and brown and most of the excess water is out of it. Alrighty, so while the mushroom mixture is cooking, it's the absolute perfect time to prepare your meat and the first set of wrapping. So your meat, we're going to salt and pepper. So some fresh ground pepper. I still love this pepper / salt shaker, by the way. Salt. Flip it over. A big piece of meat for these little tongs. And same thing, salt and pepper on this side. And then we're going to cover it in olive oil. All the way around. And we're going to let that sit. Okay. Also, you're going to get your sea salt together, some extra flour for dusting your puff pastry, 2 eggs lightly beaten for your egg wash, 2 tablespoons of your English mustard, and 4 sprigs of fresh thyme. Also, we're going to come over here and prepare our first wrapping. So this is the prosciutto. So we're going to do a shingled effect. So I just laid this one down. I did it all the way up for about 8 pieces. Just layer it like that. And you can do all of this while your mushrooms are cooking. And as you can see, almost all of the water has cooked out of this. And it has a nice, rich, garlicky aroma. At this point, we're going to take it out and put it in a bowl to cool. Alrighty, we have our super, super hot pan that we are going to sear the meat in. We're going to add just a teeny bit of olive oil. Not much at all, because we have that olive oil on our meat. And we're going to pick the meat up with our tongs. And you want to, like, burn your face off. Super, super hot. You're going to sear all 4 sides of it. So top, bottom, left, right, and both ends of it as well. See that nice color on it? It's going to fill in all the juices and give it just a great, great flavor. With the cast iron pan, since it conducts heat so well, a lot of times you can get the ends of it up against the pan, but if not, just stand it on one end very carefully. So as soon as it's seared all the way around and on both sides, top and bottom and both ends, you are ready to move on to your next step. Alrighty, now we are ready to assemble our first roll. Okay, so we have our nice layer of pancetta. Onto that, we're going to put our mushroom mixture in a nice thin layer. It's still steaming a little, but it's been cooling. A nice thin layer all the way around. And if you noticed, this looked like a lot, but once we cooked it, it sort of reduced in size. So if you have more than you need, just, you can put it on extra thick, or you can, use the rest for some other something or another. Okay. So just like this, bring it out to the edges. Now we're going to put our meat right in the middle, okay? And we're going to flip it up and over that way. And we're going to flip this one over this way. Alright, so if you find that you don't have enough pancetta, just unroll it, add a little more to the ends, and it's perfectly fine. So we're going to bring it over. You want it nice and tight. And we're going to roll this super, super tight all the way up at the ends, and you can even twist the ends just like that. Now we're going to put this in the fridge for 10 minutes to chill. Alrighty guys, so this is our last step. We're going to lay out our puff pastry on a floured surface, and we're gonna, if you need to, my beef's a little wider, so I need to make it a little bit longer. You can use a rolling pin too, but it's fine. So we have our beef right here. We're gonna unwrap it, and we are gonna add our mustard to it. Now you could add the mustard onto the actual beef, but this is how we're doing it. So either way, there's no wrong way to do it. Okay, so once you cover that side, go ahead and very gently pick it up. Put it mustard side down, just like that, and add the other mustard over the top or the bottom. It's all perspective, right? Okay. Wipe your hands. Alright, so now we are gonna wrap our pastry all the way around. And at the bottoms, pinch it closed. And if you need to trim the sides up a little, just grab your knife, fold it in. Same thing on this side. And you can add a little bit of egg wash on the ends to hold it together. Just make sure it's nice and sealed. Now we're gonna wrap this in saran wrap just like we did the prosciutto layer and stick it in the fridge for another 5 minutes, and then we'll be ready to bake. Alrighty, so after you have chilled it for 5 minutes, you're gonna pull it out and put it on a sprayed cookie sheet. And you're just gonna, well, first we're gonna coat it with egg wash. Make sure you get the sides all the way around. This is gonna help you get a really super nice golden brown crust on this lovely puff pastry. Make sure you cover the entire thing. Once you do that, you're going to take a paring knife or your chef's knife and just cut a few slits on the top. This makes it look dressy and it helps the steam to escape. And then the last thing is you're going to sprinkle just a little bit of sea salt over the top. Just like that. Alrighty. We're going to pop this into a 425 degree oven for 40 minutes. Alrighty, after 40 minutes in the oven, it is nice golden brown. We pulled it out and I put it on a cutting board. We are ready to cut into this beauty. You hear the nice crunchiness of that puff pastry, and the carving knife just goes straight through it. Look at that, a nice medium cut, medium cooked steak. Do you see this juice? This is gonna be the bomb. Rate, comment, subscribe, try the recipe, and tell me what you think.